Imagine a sport that looks a little like tennis, feels a bit like squash, and yet it's something completely new. A game so thrilling, so addictive, that it's becoming the fastest growing sport in the world. I am talking about paddle. Maybe you have seen it. Maybe you have even played it, but here's what most people don't know. This global phenomenon started in a private backyard in Acapulco, Mexico, with a tennis court that was too small and a wall that wasn't supposed to be part of the game. From there, it spread to Spain, took over Argentina, and is now exploding across Europe and beyond. Today, we'll explore the fascinating story of paddle, from its unlikely invention to its global boom, to the professional tournaments that fill arenas today. Our story begins in 1965 in sunny Acapulco. Wealthy businessman Enrique Corcuera dreamed of having his own tennis court at home, but there was one big problem. His garden wasn't large enough. A standard tennis court simply didn't fit. So Corcuera improvised. He built a smaller version, basically half the size of a doubles court. It worked well enough until a detail changed everything. You see, on one side of his garden there was already a concrete wall. At first, it was frustrating. Balls would hit it, rallies would stop, the flow was broken. But then, something magical happened. Corcuera and his friends began to play the rebounds. Suddenly, points lasted longer, shots became unpredictable, and the game felt completely different. Faster, more fun, more intense. Corcuera realized he was onto something, so he surrounded the entire court with walls. He tweaked the rules to fit the smaller space. He swapped traditional rackets for solid, straightless paddles. He used tennis balls, but with less pressure. The result? A brand new sport. What started as a backyard compromise turned into something exciting, unique, and totally addictive. His friends loved it, and without even realizing it, Corcuera had just invented paddle. But a sport needs more than one backyard to thrive. The real launchpad came almost a decade later, thanks to Spanish aristocracy. In 1974, Spanish Prince Alfonso Hohenlohe-Langenburg, founder of the glamorous Marbella Club, visited Corcuera in Mexico. He tried paddle once and was instantly hooked. When he returned home, he couldn't shake it from his mind. So he built 2 paddle courts inside the Marbella Club. And just like that, Europe's elite had access to this strange, exciting new sport. Hotel guests, celebrities, business tycoons, everyone gave it a go. It wasn't just a game, it was an experience. Social, fun, competitive, but not intimidating. Exactly the kind of thing the jet-set crowd adored. Paddle was no longer just a quirky garden invention. It was becoming a status symbol, the game of choice for Spain's high society. And from Marbella, word started to spread far and wide. But if Marbella gave paddle prestige, Argentina gave it passion. In 1975, Argentinian millionaire Julio Menditigui visited the Marbella Club. He tried paddle, loved it, and when he returned home, he built 2 courts at his estate in Mar del Plata. That simple act sparked a revolution. By the early 1980s, clubs across Argentina had paddle courts. Families played, kids played, even professional athletes from other sports joined in. And here's the crazy part. By the 1990s, Argentina had more paddle courts than tennis courts. We are talking about over 10,000 courts nationwide. Imagine walking through Buenos Aires back then. It felt like there was a paddle court on every corner. What made it explode? Accessibility. Unlike tennis, you didn't need years of lessons. With paddle, you could pick up a racket, step onto the court, and have fun right away. It was easier, faster, and more social. In Argentina, paddle wasn't just a hobby. It became a way of life. Meanwhile, Spain was quietly building its own empire. From the late 80s into the 90s, paddle spread beyond Marbella to Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia. Paddle clicked perfectly with Spanish culture. It was social, fun, usually played in doubles, and you could enjoy it outdoors almost year-round. In 1991, the International Paddle Federation was founded in Madrid. This was huge. For the first time, there were standardized rules, organized competitions, and a global vision. Spain invested heavily, training coaches, building clubs, organizing leagues, and soon, the country began producing world-class talent. Alongside Argentina, Spain quickly became, and still remains, one of the 2 giants of paddle. From the 2000s onward, paddle started breaking boundaries. Italy embraced it. France followed. And then came Sweden. Sweden's story is wild. In 2019, there were fewer than 100 courts. Just a few years later, there were over 1,500. Paddle became the new national obsession. Italy? It now has more paddle players than ever, second only to football. In Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands, new clubs are opening almost every month. Today, over 30 million people in more than 90 countries play paddle. From Qatar to the US, from Egypt to Australia, the sport is everywhere. And experts believe we are only at the beginning. Some even predict paddle could become an Olympic sport in the near future. But a sport isn't truly global until it has stars and tournaments, and paddle has both. In 2013, the World Paddle Tour launched. Finally, the best players in the world had a professional stage. The matches were electrifying, arenas were packed, and broadcasts reached millions of viewers. Fans quickly learned the names of the greats. Fernando Belastiguin, widely considered the greatest of all time, held the world #1 spot for 16 straight years. Alejandro Galán, known for his explosive power, became another fan favorite. Then came 2022. The Premier Paddle Tour was born, backed by the International Federation. With more prize money, more sponsors, and a truly global calendar, it created intense competition with the World Paddle Tour. On top of that, the World Paddle Championships bring national pride into the game. Spain and Argentina usually dominate, but Italy, Sweden, and even Qatar are rising fast. From backyard rallies to professional superstars, paddle had made it onto the world stage. So why is paddle taking over? 3 reasons. 1, it's easy to learn. In tennis, it can take months before you rally. In paddle, you can have a thrilling match on day 1. 2, it's social. Almost always played in doubles, it's about teamwork, laughter, and connection as much as competition. 3, it's accessible. The smaller courts fit into cities, it's less intimidating than tennis, more forgiving, and more dynamic. Paddle is the perfect blend of fitness, fun, and friendship. That's why once people try it, they almost never stop. So here we are, from a too small garden in Acapulco, with walls that were never meant to be part of the game, to packed stadiums in Madrid, Milan, and Buenos Aires. Paddle's story is one of creativity, passion, and community. And the craziest part? It's still just getting started. With more players, more tournaments, and talk of Olympic recognition, the future looks brighter than ever. So the next time you walk past a paddle court, don't just watch. Step inside, grab a racket, and play. Who knows? You might just fall in love with the fastest growing sport in the world. And if you want to keep exploring the world of paddle, its history, its future, and the stories of its stars, make sure to follow this channel for more.